Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to Hyrule, the door to the dark. As you can see, this logo here is slightly covered up by the artwork, but forgive that. We are here. It is Wednesday, the 13th of June. I am your dungeon master, Andy, also known as IO Dinosaur for some reason, and I have here 5 wonderful people that we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons with on the internet in the Legend of Zelda world, Hyrule. So, in alphabetical order according to Discord, first of all, we have Amy.
Hey.
Hello. We have Sam.
Hello.
We have Haley.
Yo.
We have our wonderful streamer friend, the Phenom QQ.
Hello there.
And we have a player from the Exiled Isle, Krathkax.
Hello.
I'm not sure on how to pronounce your internet name properly, so
That's fair. Hardly anyone ever does.
like Mockand Dragon or something? Mockand?
It was the word I came up with once that looked nice on paper.
It does look nice on
I
paper.
about how to pronounce it until recently, and I've still not come to a satisfying answer.
Okay, I've just got to increase sound levels on Discord, so give me 1
So if
second.
everyone just talks and says things for testing purposes.
Testing.
Okay, hopefully that's a bit better.
1, 2, 1, 2. Test. As we
One, two,
realise
three,
we've just
carry on.
blasted everyone's eardrums out.
I can actually give it a bit of gain
At a
here.
time.
Okay, say one more thing.
One more thing.
Okay, that's a bit better.
Just
Cool.
one more thing.
Everyone
you.
was thinking it, I had to do it.
Thank
You
you,
got that
people
wrong.
in chat. So we have some wonderful artwork here. This was drawn by Tom Stevens. He is at tomstevensart.weebly.com, which I will post into the chat now. I would recommend you go get art from him.
Yeah.
Very quick, very good.
Take my
And
money.
I mean, you could see the quality of the art.
You can see it right here. If you, here's one more thing. If you mouse over, say the Goron here, his face, you can click the button that appears on his face, and it'll tell you information about the character. Isn't that amazing?
Ooh.
Secondly, for the maps that we're using for combat, I have to give credit to charm.itch.io for that. It was a free-to-use tile set that looked vaguely Zelda-y. And the link for that is there if you want to do your own. It loads into RPG Maker really nicely. Finally, the last thing before we start is that if you want to see more of this and you think what we're doing is cool, then the follow button is up there. I think it's up there somewhere.
I mean, who knows?
I don't know.
It's up at the moment.
Great, it's up. You can
What's
click
up?
that and you'll get a little thing pop up on the screen saying you followed, and I can give you a high five or a thumbs up. Yeah. There's also subscriptions if you want to give me money or something. We have an emote.
Always do that.
And
We have an emote.
yeah, we have
Yeah.
one. It's
got-
for when you get natural 20s.
Yes.
Like that's gonna happen.
We've got people from Reddit here. We've got people from all over the place. Love it. And
Wow.
finally, last thing is I've got a couple of things up on the DMs Guild. One, pay what you want. One is give me a bit of money and you can get it. There's a priest class. There's some feats. They're okay. They're fine. So the link for that
Such
is
ringing
here.
endorsement.
And we also have a Discord. Whatever. Cool. I think that's everything. So I'm going to turn on this light so I don't look like a weird ghost.
It's great seeing just people actually chatting in the chat.
It is. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
We also do streams on Monday.
When Andy kills everyone in a session.
I mean, I
Someone
can't promise that's not going to happen again now.
And they're back.
I think it was Amy.
Sorry.
No problem. I think that's it. So let's begin, shall we? Hyrule, the land of legends, is a world where heroes are born and reborn over again. Unfortunately, this time, evil has won. 50 years ago, the great Calamity Ganon managed to invade Hyrule and seemingly slay the heroes destined to defeat him. Your species have been waiting, hiding, and surviving in the meanwhile. This marks the 50th anniversary since then, and you all find yourselves in Hateno Village for some reason. Amy,
For some reason.
could you tell me about Toto, please?
Toto is a Zora. He's a barbarian. He's a pretty cool, tough dude. He used to train like the younger warriors in the Zora tribe.
Yep. Like a former soldier left for reasons.
Many reasons.
Yeah. And have you been in Hateno for a long time? Or
Yeah.
yeah, you made a sort of home here for yourself in the meanwhile, making money, slaying monsters, I suppose.
Just like going out doing like little tasks for people, helping people out where I can.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Sam, tell me about Ruvo.
So Ruvo is a Rito. He is a young, aspiring bard who has been spending the past several years slowly travelling around the world, collecting all of the stories he can, so that he can write a better one than all of these other pretenders. He's been in Hateno for not very long at all, actually. Only recently arrived, looking for something interesting to learn or someone interesting to follow.
Ooh. Okay. So have you been... It's like a recent arrival. Okay. Haley, tell me about Kigu.
Kigu he is a druid. He's sort of left the Korok forest with the blessing of the Great Deku Tree. And he intends to find a mysterious beast that he has heard tales of, the King of the Mountain.
Ooh, the King of the Mountain. Yes, a mythical beast not seen by many. And with you, you've also not been here a long time, I suppose.
No.
A recent arrival in the town. A small little Korok with a long old stick.
Yeah, he sort of just rolled in.
Only one of the more unique types around these parts.
Definitely.
Also possibly literally rolled in.
Yeah.
Next we have the Goron. Phenom, could you tell me about Gorm?
Gorm is a Goron fighter currently on a bit of a personal quest. Exactly what, I'm sure we'll learn more as we go along. But he's basically left Death Mountain behind for now to seek betterment of himself in many ways.
Yeah. And so you've been seeking that betterment with the small community here in the village.
Not really. He finds himself stuck here as for now, trying to do small, tedious tasks to keep the income flowing. Because it turns out you need money to survive in general.
Unfortunately,
Who would have
yes.
guessed?
And finally, we have Visra. What is there to know about her?
Visra is a Twily who seems to show a rather good aptitude towards the arcane arts, mixing them with martial combat when required. They don't seem to talk much about themselves, and they travel from place to place a lot. And it's sort of hard to keep track of them if you try to for any extended period of time, as they seem to just go basically anywhere. There seems to be no rhyme or reason as to where they go or why.
Indeed. Some of you may be thinking, hold on, Twily in Breath of the Wild? Well, isn't that a mystery? My charisma is overflowing.
Tune in next time. This is
That's it.
for today. Goodbye.
That's episode 1 done.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Nobody died
That
this
was good
time.
Yeah. Session 1. No one died. This is going great.
So, all of you have been in Hateno Village for however long. Some here for a long time, some here for not too long. But all of you have kind of not made a name for yourself, but people know who you are. People seem to respect you for your talents, whatever they may be. And
Apparently you sound kind of hard to miss.
yeah, sometimes
I probably am quite hard to miss as well.
sometimes you're like Kigu's hidden under a rock and someone will trip over it and you'll exclaim, "Ah, you found me."
Ah!
It's out of habit mostly.
It's traditional in your people.
Just can't help yourself.
But because of this, one day each of you get sort of contacted by your friends and local acquaintances that the community leader of the village, Jobu, is an old man, that he's been looking to speak to you. How would you each sort of respond to that?
What?
Okay.
Sorry?
Why?
So you're a little person, like a little child or something that you've made a friends with, sort of comes up to you and says, "Oh, Jobu's been looking for you, Kigu. Something, you seem like an exceptional character, and I don't know, I'm only young."
I don't know. I'm only young.
The awfully self-aware small child.
This is a young girl by the name of Efi.
Okay, take me to Dobu. We'll see what's going on here. I'll see if he's covertly insulting me with that.
Cool. So, yeah, you head over to like where you know that Jobu lives. He's not like an elected official or has any sort of legal right over the role of the leader. It just seems that he's one of the oldest people here, so people seem to respect his decisions. Yeah, he's kind of stood there outside his front door waiting for people to arrive.
What does the letter say? You said there was a letter. Or is it just literally, can we meet up?
Pretty much. It's like,
Yeah.
you can tell that, like, if you've seen his handwriting before, that it's kind of scruffy. He's clearly just writing these since he doesn't know of any other way to contact you.
That's actually fair. Yeah, I'll go along. Yeah.
Gorm kind of just nods along, kind of questioning himself what is going on, but he doesn't raise any audible questions about it.
Okay.
Yep.
Nothing suspicious yet.
Visra heads out, making sure their entire body is covered by some fabric or another.
Yes, indeed. As the sun is quite painful to you.
Yes, very much so. In fact, at this stage of experience, one might say I could probably die standing outside for about a minute.
Wow. So what you're saying is you need me to cast some sort of sunlight spell at 3rd level, yeah?
Obviously.
Yeah, eventually you all kind of, you rock up to this man's house, and he's just sort of sat there on his porch. He's fairly old, kind of balding on the top, Hylian pointed ears. And he says, "Oh, there we have the mixed bunch. I'm glad you all decided to come."
Not every day I get contacted like that.
I
Hold-
kind of look at Joby just questioningly, just no clue what's going on, looking at this bunch of strangers. What?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like, so we had-
Forward. Hello, and like gives them a wave. Just like,
he waves back. He seems like fairly jolly, really. You sort of hear him say, "No, I know this is the classic, but you're probably wondering why I've asked you here."
Very much so.
I'm not really wondering
yeah.
why you asked us here as opposed to why you asked us out at this time of day.
Well, it's the daytime. It's when I like to be awake.
Yes, it's when I like to
Racist.
not be awake.
Well, I'm not sure how to respond. Look, I'm not going to consider this as a slight against me by you saying that you'd prefer to be out at night. I've heard that you prefer to be out at night, and that's why we've probably not met.
Indeed.
It's nice to meet you all. I am Jobu. Some people consider me the leader of Hateno Village.
And who are they?
Yes, I have similar questions, though I suppose as we're now doing introductions, who would like to go second?
Oh, good point. Well, hello everyone. I'm Ruvo. Rito. I've been hearing a bit about some of you.
I haven't been here long. I'm Higu, so I mean, you stand out from the rest of the village, but that's about it.
You all certainly stand out a bit. That must be said.
None of us seem to be very discreet now.
What do you mean
That's
I
all.
don't fit in?
Hey, it's almost like we didn't want to be the base place character race.
Oh, I chose the base character race. It's benefited me quite well.
There's a reason it's the base.
What do you mean you don't stand out much? You're enormous.
Well, so I've got a bit of a proposition for you all. Essentially, I received a letter very recently from the next village over. Have you heard of Kakariko Village?
Yes.
Yes.
I tend not to keep track of the names of places I pass through, so it's possible.
Well, I've been invited to go to some sort of meeting there with, by the sounds of it, all of the peoples of Hyrule. But alas, the road there can be quite treacherous. I was wondering if you could,
You want
help
bodyguards?
escort.
How well do you pay?
Well, I've saved up enough that I could probably offer you 100 rupees each. Now, out of character, a rupee is approximately equal to a silver. So you're looking at about
Okay.
10 gold.
Okay.
Out of
I
character.
mean, that's twice the amount of money I have right now.
What was that, Haley?
I've forgotten whether we have any money at all to begin with, so
Be starting equipment, so background.
You've probably got about 5 gold.
Yeah, if you don't have a value,
Between like 5 and 20, depending on the background.
yeah, go for.
Oh well, I rolled the lowest.
I did I picked him. He didn't have a specific background, so
We'll say 7.
okie dokie.
Yeah, if you don't have a background, you're missing out on some stuff, so I think you deserve a little bit more money.
Cool. So you say that that lots of people have been invited.
Oh yes, from villages all over the country.
And so not like lots of people from here.
No.
Is it just yourself?
Well, it is just me, but I was thinking of bringing my dear niece along. Give her a chance to see the world, you know?
No wonder you need us as an escort, then.
Yeah.
The young tend to be rather fragile.
Indeed.
5 people fragile? Couldn't you get away with 1 or 2 bodyguards? What do you think you're going to encounter that's going to need all of us?
Yes.
Well, you never know on the roads these days.
That's a fair point.
Back in my day, the roads were safe.
Yeah.
Us. You've seen 5 weird-looking people, and you assume we're safe?
Well,
keep
some of
so
you-
good of us.
Some of you I've heard quite positive things about.
What about me?
Well, I heard that you exist and that you have
That's
some
good.
sort of ability for combat, so
That sounds about right.
Low
And
bar.
to be fair, if you do turn out to be a bit evil, we can probably overpower you. The
You're
rest
not
of
wrong.
us, so... And what better basis for trust?
Well, I suppose that's another way to go about it. 5 people. Sure, one of them might be evil, but the rest of them are likely to be at least neutral at best.
Yeah.
plus there's always the money involved, and that can help buy a bit of trust, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, about the money. I mean, I'm all for the adventure, but 100 rupees, sorry, is
1,000!
the little 1,000. Now that I will go for 1,000. But could you
Also known
maybe
as
stretch a
1,000
little
in the
bit
trade.
further?
I mean,
he
if you don't
thinks
want to go,
very
I'll gladly
much.
take your share.
he thinks for a little bit, and
I didn't mean to roll. I tried to hit the button and slipped. Hang on, I'm trying to roll persuasion,
yes, please.
which is much better. Look at that.
Bloody hell, you're a persuasive bird.
Yes.
If only you were a bird, too.
He says, well, if we leave tomorrow, then I'm sure I can maybe ask around and get a little bit more for you. I could maybe only get an additional 20 rupees a person. How does that sound?
Yes, I think I'm not tied down to anything. We can leave as soon as you want. I bring my own cart and donkey.
Well, I'll need to ask, since I don't have that on me, but I'll go and ask around. I'm sure they'll help. And yeah, if that's the deal, then he's happy to head off now and prepare for the morning.
Well, I suppose we should finish those introductions then.
Yeah, sounds good.
I suppose I'll go next then. My name's Viscera. You might see I'm quite strange looking. I suppose you could say that about the rest of you.
Yep.
I have a bit of an aptitude for magic. Like to keep myself rather low down if I can help it.
Can I roll a perception? Sorry, I've just looked at what my perception is. So
I mean, I said I'm in heavy cloak, so you can see what I look like.
but can I see like face or skin or anything? Would I know what you are, basically?
Well,
Or
maybe
you
the patterns
too
on the
covered?
clothing would be a giveaway, but I have to cover every inch of skin.
Yeah, so
Because every inch of skin is damage.
Ouch.
yeah, every inch of skin is covered. You've kind of heard like rumors of sort of new folk of people arriving in Hyrule in the past few years, and though you've never met one, you reckon this is probably one of the Twily
Okay. Cool. Sorry, yeah, just wanted to check that. Is that everyone?
Kind of just
Well,
look
I
to
only
everyone,
us two have actually given our names.
give them a nod, introduce
Oh, yeah.
myself as Gorm.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I think I introduced myself as Kigu, but I am a druid, so yeah, lots of sort of bit of magic, bit of turning into animals, that sort of that sort of deal.
No?
Oh,
Hey.
I'm hearing crackling. Okay,
Is that
I think
from
it
me,
stopped. I don't know.
I'm obviously Azora, and I'm like quite high up. I'm a soldier. I help train younger soldiers as well.
Ooh.
Pleasure to meet you. Visra will say, in Zora.
Hmm.
Fancy.
Azora?
So Amy, when I think your mic takes a little while to turn on, so we hear like 2 words down.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I think
So all
we
you've
can
got
make
to do
it
is
more
prefix
sensitive.
every sentence with Amy says and then start speaking.
Yeah.
And if we get the whole thing, it'll just sound like you're mad.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
That's obviously the best way to do it.
Always.
Would you like to do anything in the town tonight?
I will be going to whatever the local drinking establishment is and trying to earn myself both some coin and free room.
Okay. Yeah, there's a Hylian lady there working sort of behind like the bar. This doubles as an inn, so you're lucky in terms of
Brilliant.
you can do just one bit of work for double the pay, basically.
I will stride up to the bar, and I was going to say slam, but gently place my mandala on the bar. And so, have you got any entertainment booked for the evening?
Entertainment? No, I don't think we
you're
do.
in for a treat then.
Do you
is
want
there
some help
somewhere...
with that?
You're of the musical persuasion?
Yes, I have some talents.
Certainly. I very rarely get an opportunity to play with other people. Is there anywhere in this bar kind of a corner that's a bit open? Kind of out of the way, but clear.
There doesn't seem to be, but the lady offers
Stand
to
up on
clear
the
some
table.
space.
I mean, standing on the table to play is definitely a kind of end of the evening thing. It seems a bit much to start with, though. Can we move some of these tables out of the way a bit? I'll ask the barkeep.
Oh, yes, of course. But this isn't normally one of our busy nights, so whichever tables you'd like to move, go for
We'll
it.
see if we can drum you up a bit of extra custom then.
Well, fingers crossed.
You, the enormous person. Sorry, I missed your name.
Okay, everyone just happens to be in the bar now. Gotcha.
Gorm is just sitting in the corner drinking and is just watching, me.
Yeah.
Also got quite along with everyone
It's kind of
else.
just rises with an enormous groan and gets over to help.
You are very tall. Thank you, though.
Welcome. He goes back to his corner and sits down with his beer, kind of just trying to keep away from people for now.
So, what do you play?
Violin.
Perfect. Do you? I've not prepared a list of Hylian songs that we could play, but I will
Bad.
list a few
Insert song name here.
and ask if you know them.
Vizra, could you roll an history check with disadvantage, please? Let's see. The only songs that you remember seem to be very strange, like songs almost performed like with a didgeridoo. You reckon they're probably not gonna translate to violin and types of guitar very easily.
Yeah.
Give it a shot anyway.
Do you have any sheet music?
Not really my style. I tell you what, one of us can start and the other one can join in.
Oh,
How does that sound? Shall I start with a few simple melodies and join in as you kind of feel?
all right then.
Okay. What I'm going to do
Mm-hmm.
is use. Now, bear with me. Sorry, I'm just bringing up.
We will not bear with you. You must do it right now.
Oh, what I was going to.
You're going to
Do-
cast light. Or was that a
Yes.
misclick?
No, I was actually planning to. I was hoping that I could click the button and it would show me what light does without it putting up on the screen. But there you go. So I'm going to cast light on whatever the closest bit of floor is around us, if that's okay,
Yeah.
to kind of create like a bit of a stage light.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll performance to start playing something hopefully good.
Okay, go for it. Wow.
Oh, look at... Oh my word, double crit.
Wow.
Why do you roll so high with this character?
Right! Nicholas couldn't roll us anything above a 5.
Andy, do you want to share what happened in the character creation?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so when we rolled for stats, as you do, and how many of the... 3 of the characters each
I
got...
think everyone got 3 of a number in at least their first set.
Yeah.
Everyone got 3 of the same... Well, not of the same number. It's actually quite hard to describe.
It was
but
the
it was...
same number. Like, I, for example, had 3 11s. Nick had 3 18s.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I think we agreed to bring down to 17s. But,
Well, I kept 1, and then the others were knocked down.
yeah. Which I
I
think
managed
is
to get
only
through
fair.
15s, so
Only 3 15s. Yes, yes, chat. 3 18s.
Yes,
We
I know.
we all were shocked.
Roll it. Like, it was a joke. Like, I rolled 3 11s. That was a bit of a laugh. Next person rolled, like, 3... I think it was you with your 3 15s.
Yeah.
Bit of a laugh, like, okay. And then Nick rolled 3 18s.
Oh,
I re-rolled, though, because my 3 11s...
Yeah, that's really
I
hard.
was so average.
That's D&D on hard mode.
Yeah.
well, you've got D&D on easy mode.
Yeah, I have. So with my how well do I do with my double crit?
You perform a song that is so easy to join in on that Vizra's doesn't even need to make a performance check.
Although that's a damn good performance check anyway.
You play perhaps one of the best songs each of you have ever heard, and the pub like tonight is absolutely rammed full of people, all sort of cheering and like singing along when they can. It is a marvelous evening.
I like
Even
that.
Gorm had a good time.
And tips wise, you gain the following number of rupees. Give me a second. 50 rupees.
Wow.
dang.
Between us?
Alright.
Yeah, between you.
Sort of
I
bodyguard
think
lot.
25 each just makes sense.
Sorry?
I'd say 25 each.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was an absolute pleasure. You have a real talent on that.
And
I've
the bar
very rarely seen someone as good on a violin as you.
the bar woman like offers you all a bed for the night. Even people who've got a bed to sleep in anyway. She's like, look, after you
that, we're gonna go to sleep, get up in the morning, and do it again.
Yeah, we could just stay here. So, can we declare the campaign over?
well
Campaign over, characters retired, we have a stable income.
well in that case the door to the dark opens, everything spills out, and Breath of the Wild never happens.
Gotcha.
Damn, right, I really like that game as well. Well, we better go somewhere then.
Yeah, session 1, everyone died.
Let's try
You do
again, shall we?
realise-
You all
do
get a
realise
letter.
that it
Just
all goes
rewind about
downhill.
5 seconds.
Load up the save file, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, load up the autosave just after we got the money.
yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Well, yeah. If we've done a really good performance, I'll call it a night after some food and.
Perhaps we'll
And,
make a
yeah.
good team after all.
Yes. Anyone who enjoys music is a friend of mine.
I half-heartedly shake my maracas.
I like
so
your
many,
spirit.
so many just random musicians.
Well, I
Does
mean, it's
anyone else play
Zelda.
anything?
I will say at this point though, Visra has, because inside it's getting dark, now, you know, you can actually see them.
Mm.
Oh. Can I do what sort of check could I do to see how much I know about Twilight?
Twilight.
History with disadvantage.
History was that?
Yeah.
I get disadvantage on history about this place, you get disadvantage on history about my place.
That's very clever.
Unfortunately, Visera, you also get disadvantage on your place.
Yay!
Oh.
I get disadvantage on everything!
Okay.
15.
About nothing. No,
Well-
disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage, yeah. Yeah, you know that people seem to have said that a group of, like, hooded people have arrived, but none of the stories you've heard, like, actually cover what they look like underneath.
So you're one of these hooded people.
I mean, I was wearing a hood earlier.
Yeah, so what?
How does that do?
Also,
Stop.
as just a bit of a joke, I would like to use Mage Hand to just pick up his little bag of coins from earlier.
Hang on, I'm gonna try and snatch them out of the air. This will either be awesome or I'll
And
smack
it's,
myself in the
it's
face.
invisible.
Yeah, Kigu knows a little bit more about these. Since
Oh.
the Great Deku Tree has, like, given a speech on them. Essentially, he believed that they are people from. Well, he described it as a different place, and different Koroks.
Aliens!
Different Koroks have interpreted that in different ways. Some believe that they are just from over the sea. Others believe they're from, like, the night sky. There's a lot of sort of different stories that the Great Deku Tree is refusing to elaborate on.
The Great Deku Tree is many things. Clear is not one of them.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so if that's your evening, we can time jump to tomorrow.
I mean, after playing the quick joke with the bit of coins, yeah.
Yes, sorry.
I was going to say, when you said it was invisible, is it the mage hand is invisible, or you can turn the coins invisible?
The Mage Hand is invisible, and I think I can stow a small object in it.
Oh, that's clever.
Mm.
I'm going to try and snatch it out of the air. You ready? Let's see how this goes.
Well, do you
I
see it
rolled that.
first?
Oh, shall I? Oh no, I'll try.
You do see the coins floating away.
Did that work? Is that how do I roll Dex? I think I have to click the
You
word
click the
Dex. There we
word
go.
Dex.
I was clicking the numbers.
Well, I mean, as soon as I saw you notice, I would have just tossed them back to you.
Okay. Very good. I think you'll be quite useful.
Yes, I have a feeling that I might be, and I know that traveling musicians sometimes can have a bit more ability than they let on at first.
Very sharp.
I've travelled about as much as one of them do, so I picked up on a few things.
And what about the rest of you? Little travelling tree thing?
What about what?
Have you? Are you a good fighter?
I can turn into animals.
Like a
Like
cat?
Yeah, sure, I guess. I've never tried that one, but
Like a rabbit?
I like
we
being an
get the
octorok.
picture.
Oh, that's useful.
You turn into a squirrel.
Just question.
yeah,
What
so-
animals can you turn into?
Can you list
was gonna
them
Can you
by
list every single
CR
one
rating?
by CR rating in alphabetical order?
Give me a
No,
second. I
reverse
can load up.
alphabetical order.
I can load up my document where I've got that.
Reverse alphabetical order by CR.
Yeah.
I'm not going to load that document, so I'm
No,
not going to
but
tell
yeah.
you.
I was gonna say I've got the list anyway, but I don't feel like going through it.
No.
Yeah, that was just a joke.
So you can turn into things that can fight, big scary things.
Yes.
That's very useful. Would you show us?
I don't think in here is the best place.
Oh, why? It's a pub. Everyone in here is happy for things to be smashed and knocked over.
I turn into a wolf.
Maybe not the barkeep.
What did you turn into?
Wolf boss.
What?
Yeah, so you see, like, just to check, you still want the flavour of being like Koroki, right? In terms of being made of wood and
yeah.
having the...
With
Yeah.
mask still.
Yeah, so you see her sort of like morph into a wolf-like form that seems to be
Yeah.
mainly stood on its back legs, but this wolf is made of wood, and where its face would be, there is the same leaf.
That must look so stupid.
That's terrifying.
She's like
Are
the
you
Korok is
made of
basically
wood?
doubled in size.
That was unexpected, but well,
You're
it shows
wood.
you have some very unique abilities. Could
Yeah, I
you do
like
something like
this.
the mask?
Am I taller than any of them now?
You're probably taller than Ruvo.
That roof on the head.
Oh. I like you.
You
Thumbs
seem
up.
to like a lot of people.
The patrons in the bar seem to be a bit kind of I mean, they were like intrigued by the Korok anyway. But now they're kind of like backing off a little bit sort of like
Oh no. I think you've scared the locals.
Yes.
I do that.
Maybe not, though.
Fine, I change back.
yeah, you
And
shrink back down to
Huh.
normal size.
Gorm. Do you
Yes.
hit things really hard with your big rock?
You want to find out?
If you could hit something that's not me.
And you'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you actually carrying that big hammer around with you that in your character art?
Am I allowed arms in the pub?
Am I? Oh, this, am I allowed arms?
I thought you were ending on.
You are allowed to, but as soon as people start to make like aggressive actions with any weapons they've brought in, then that's when they tell people to leave.
So the giant hammer is sort of just resting next to the chair I'm sitting at.
That is a very big and very impressive hammer.
I nod silently while sipping my
Is
beer.
someone a bit envious?
Not my style. I doubt I could actually lift it.
Would be
You
funny to
never
watch.
know
like.
until you try.
Can I try and lift it?
Give me a strength roll.
No,
I'm so
I'm gonna
tempted.
ask. I'm
I'm
gonna
so
ask
tempted.
one first before I just try and go and nick it.
I want to try as well.
Do you mind if I try to lift your hammer?
Are you asking Gorm?
Yeah.
He kind of gives you like this cold look, and then this tiny little hint of a smile before he nods.
I'm so
He goes back to
tempted.
the beer.
I am
This is-
so tempted to cast Tashes on him as soon as he starts trying to lift
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
So he just starts lifting it, then just bursts into laughter.
I wouldn't
Go
worry.
ahead.
I think I'm gonna do that anyway. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, so you can sort of like, you can definitely drag it like from the handle, and you can lift it for about like 15 to 20 seconds at a time. But it's definitely not built for someone with your light bones.
Yes. No, this is a mighty tool that I shall not be using. Can anyone else try?
Why do you want to
I
try?
would rather not.
Oh,
Why are you rolling it as a Wolfos?
at the bottom of your
Because
chat, Haley.
I was gonna say, yeah, I forgot to change it back.
Okay.
Save!
Oh,
I'm gonna say I don't pick it up.
yeah, Kigu can't even like get it to rotate round its center of gravity. Toto can lift it up. He is like definitely strong enough to handle this. It might be difficult to sort of start waving it around in combat, but would you need to walk it around places? You could.
And Fisher's not even going to try.
So we all seem to be quite confident. And Toto, was it? You say you used to be a warrior, a guard?
Yeah, quite high up.
Oh, why are you here then?
Yes, good
Although
question.
you don't have to answer that.
And if
I
you
don't
only want
know you
one,
guys,
if you want only one other person to know, I can speak your language, so don't worry.
I don't really know you guys yet, so I'm just gonna keep...
Not yet, but after tomorrow, after we probably almost die together.
I see you're really going into this positively.
I mean, that man must really have some doubts if he's hiring 5 of us.
Yes, I mean I would expect that Gorm could handle this quite happily on his own. Oh well, it'll make a good story nonetheless.
Perhaps.
You think to yourselves, this could make a good legend one day. You might even get your name attached to it.
Oh, I will fight you for the name. And that'll go down quite poorly.
What happens is we have all our names, they're just given to the wrong person.
Yeah. That's about all I've got. I'll go to sleep.
Gorm picks up his hammer with ease. We have to be up early in the morning. Should probably get some rest.
I hate mornings.
Okay, so
I think Kika like hides under a bar stool, and if the lady can find her, then I'll pay for the night.
let's see. Can she find you?
Investigation check. Let's go.
She's not really actively trying very hard, but she just as she's starting to move the tables back to where they originally were, she finds you and moves the stool.
Ah!
Ah!
Sorry, habit.
I've already given it to you for free.
Oh, okay. What's such a room?
Oh.
You don't know which one!
Bloody Korok's always hiding under things.
Yes.
Yeah. So the rooms that they've.
I hope you actually have a good stealth, because if you don't,
Oh yeah, I'm trained in it.
oh, there we go.
The rooms that you've been given, they've each got they've got their own bed, their own sort of area for storing your clothes, like a chest of drawers each, and a couple of places for storing weapons and armor and that sort of thing as well. The beds are of reasonable quality. For someone like Gorm, the comfort is probably not needed. But if you come from a more sort of privileged background, then these are kind of uncomfortable.
Yay! Uncomfortable beds while trying to sleep at night, which is something I probably don't normally do.
Yeah, that is going to throw you a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, you definitely like find it hard to sort of fall asleep, but eventually you do manage it. The next day comes, and it's a nice, beautiful day. There doesn't seem to be a cloud in the sky at all. Light pours in to your room, and most of you
Start
wake
rolling
up
sage.
naturally in a pleasant way. You wake up naturally in a very unpleasant way.
I feel like I'm on fire!
First sunshine just hitting your skin.
You will wake up and just hear a yelp.
That's pretty much why all of you wake up. And you think
Oh,
everyone
right.
else in the building is woken up as well.
I don't think I yelped that loudly.
Roll Constitution to see how loudly you yelped.
I mean, I could.
Oh. How did you get that to appear and look cool like that,
Because it's on
Haley?
a monster sheet.
I-
Yeah.
I gave her the monster
Messing
sheets.
about with the monster sheet, yeah.
Okay,
NPC sheets roll like that, player sheets roll like...
like with the oval box thing.
Mm.
Cool. Sorry, ignore me.
Right, so the morning comes, you all sort of get ready, and eventually Jobu comes knocking on everyone's door and says, "Oh, I heard you were here. I've not quite got enough. I'm about 2 rupees short in total, so I hope that's all right."
I think we can certainly make allowances.
Yes. I don't think 2 rupees will kill anyone.
So in total, for all of you, I understand that maths at this time of morning is a little bit awkward, but it's about, I believe, 598 gold between you. Gold? I mean rupees.
Rupees. Okay. So 500 and...
We traded gemstones, not in precious metal.
598 over 5.
Precious metal is what is used for the components of spells.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like you need lengths
Okay.
of like iron to cast certain spells.
Well,
Yeah.
We just break up some rupees to that?
All I'm doing...
probably
Well, I'll take 2 less.
shatter the rupees.
I'll take 2 less, don't worry. Everyone else gets 120 and I'll take 118. And I'm just recording this all as silver. Is that going to work for you, Andy?
Yeah, that's perfect.
So that is 1 4 3.
I'm at 195.
So I've got a cart ready, but I feel like we might need a bit more for all of us.
I've got a cart as well.
Ah, fantastic! That saves us a bit of work. I suppose we could head off then, if you're all ready.
I wouldn't
Honestly,
mind.
I would prefer
just-
to wait until night, but I don't think we have that allowance.
I'm sorry, travelling at night would make it a lot more difficult for the rest of us. I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with it. Maybe if we find something that could help, like a poultice or something, there might be a cure.
How about some
A
tar?
cure.
Yeah, I was just thinking some tarp.
How about to place over the cart?
Yeah, make a dark enclosure in the back of it so that you can sit freely in there.
That's quite a good idea. Let's.
Much appreciated.
I'll go and grab one.
Oh, you've got some. Okay.
Yes, of course.
And
I'm.
its campaigns always include tarp.
Yeah,
That's
I just
terrifying.
love tarp.
That's the word, isn't it?
Yeah, very
It is.
serial
It's
killery.
entirely the word. Yeah, that is really serious. Yeah, actually. I was gonna say, could we go shopping quickly before we go? There's just a few bits I'd like to pick up.
Yes, I suppose so.
Lovely.
Our
I'm going to.
market's even open this time of the morning.
I hate to break it to you, but most things open more likely in morning than at night.
Yeah, you sort of see everyone, like, the shops basically seem to open for sunrise. So since the sun is up now, you're good.
How do you even trade with people if you're mostly nocturnal?
There are other night owls, and I can afford some time at dawn or dusk.
The sketchy guy in the street corner, he's fine.
Yeah. He's got loads of
Or I
watches
could-
for you.
Or I can go about in all these
What you
clothes,
buying?
though it's rather uncomfortable.
What are you buying, stranger?
None of that. Right. Yeah, if you can go and fetch the tarp,
Yes, of
I'm
course.
sure we can rustle up some nails and something to bash them in with, and we can construct some sort of rudimentary shelter.
I'll also go and fetch my niece ready to leave. I'll introduce you to her, to young little Leafy.
Yo, Ethy.
She's not here yet.
Yeah, she.
Oh, okay, sorry. The way you said it sounded like an introduction.
Who are you talking to?
The visions
That's
inside my head!
Just practicing the introduction.
Because you know they're not there. You don't know what it's like going up in the dark. Going up dark, the clocks. They could be everywhere. They couldn't be there at all. You don't know.
You know, that's a very good point, actually.
He said he was going to fetch his niece. That would mean that she wasn't here.
There are several shops open.
Can I go and buy... Oh, that's quite expensive.
Can I go and buy? Oh, that's expensive. Never mind.
Well, I can never remember the items I want, so I've got the PHP open for it. I am after a bag of ball bearings.
Yeah, they will sell you a bag of ball bearings. What's the price on that? While I find my player's handbook.
It's 1 GP in here.
So 10 rupees.
Can I roll to haggle down?
Yes.
Ugh, that's not great.
The price is up!
The man sort of at the shop sort of says, I did see your show last night, so I can maybe drop a rupee from it.
Oh, much appreciated, much appreciated. I'll take that without any further arguing. And I was trying to buy potentially a shield.
Okay.
While this is going on, could I buy 2 bags of caltrops?
You
Or
can.
find a reasonable substitute from back alley vendors?
What you can do, you can sort of like ask. There's like a building sort of company here that is entrusted with expanding the village and repairs and that sort of thing, and they will sort of sell you some nails, which functionally are equivalent.
Cool. 2 bags of nails.
It's basically a cow chop, innit?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I
You-
much prefer to buy bags of D4s, but that's just me.
Oh, actually,
God.
those nails are going to be quite useful because we'll use them to build your tarp.
The shield, you find someone selling a wooden shield, and that goes for. It's a bit more expensive. This is about 100 rupees.
Yeah. Can I... Sorry, I'm just adding the ball bearings on here and utterly messing up. How is it this hard to type? Oh my god, what is happening to me? Right. Yeah, sorry, 100 rupees. It's quite expensive. I'm going to try and persuade. I'm going to say we're taking what was the village elder's name?
The village elder's name is Jobu.
Oh, say that again, Andy.
Jobu.
Jobu. Hello there, good sir. You may have heard that we're taking Jobu to a neighbouring village, and we're going to be protecting him on the way there. Now, I couldn't help but notice your shields are quite a bit more than I have, I'm afraid. But I'd like to be able to use one to protect him. Would you be able to give me a discount, considering it's for his safety?
Could you? Oh man. Oh,
Do never let a bard haggle for prices.
yeah.
Never.
Oh, you're looking. You're escorting Jobu, are you?
Yes, yes.
Well, I
Would you
suppose
take
so. Yes.
75 rupees instead?
I think that works. Yes.
Thank you. Bless your soul.
If possible, on your return, I would very much appreciate if you could pay the rest. Times are a little hard, but I for Jobu, yes.
You know what?
What?
No, I think you may. You're right. Times are hard. I think you may need this more than I do, and I'll pay the 100 instead.
Oh, thank you.
284. There we go. Yeah. So I've just deducted all that. So that's Is that just the shield as in the book?
Yeah, +2.
Plus 2 AC when held in offhand. Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah,
I will
it's
sling that over my back.
If you were to set it on fire, it would eventually be destroyed, as opposed to a metal shield. But it can block fiery effects from you.
But it might catch a light.
Yeah, if you intentionally throw it into like lava, it's not going to survive.
I will not do that then. Thank you for warning me.
I will not throw my shield into lava. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Would anyone else like to buy anything before?
I'm just looking through the stuff. I don't think there's anything I really need. Caltros is good. Okay, we need to get out of here. Let's run. Throw these behind us.
Why are you so keen to leave and burn the path behind you so that none can follow?
I'm a rogue.
Ah, true. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes. Kane raises a good point in chat. Though this is set in the Hyrule of Breath of the Wild, your weapons will not be destroyed after 3 attacks.
So I don't have to stock up on 7 hammers. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a proper relief, that is.
Yes, we've covered when talking about this. We are the reason the weapon durability is a thing. It's not a thing yet.
Yeah. We'll just end up using every weapon a bit too much.
I forgot to incorporate that in the plan. Ooh.
Dear.
Do we like ruin the oxygen in Hyrule or what?
No,
have we got enough
anger
food?
at every god that exists.
Yeah.
Neat.
Have we got enough food to last us? How long's the journey?
So you've been told that the journey's about... It's not super long. It's about 2 days. So you're easily able to sort of have enough rations to last you that time.
Okay, cool.
We need to get any like health potions or something.
They might be a bit out of our price range, to
50
be honest.
gold pieces.
Yeah, we
we
could pull
steal
our
any?
resources and get one. No,
I mean,
we can't steal them.
I'm a rogue, but I'm not chaotic or evil.
You're a useless rogue.
How do you survive?
By tricking people into giving me things. I don't steal it from behind their backs.
Scams.
Yes. I have a
An
plus
honest
8.
thief.
I have a plus 8 perception.
That's pretty good, yeah. We might be able to pool our resources to buy a single potion.
I don't think that's worth it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a druid.
Yes. We technically do.
The Jobu comes back with a sort of small little child that Kigu recognises. This is Efi.
Yo.
Oh, hello. We're going on an adventure, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know how to deal with small children, especially if they're bigger than me.
I mean, she's only a little bit bigger than you.
So it's like just a slightly older you.
It might not seem much to you, but that difference is especially noticeable to me.
Efi says, I'm so excited. We're going to go to Kakariko Village.
Yay!
Yes, the first few journeys are always the most exciting.
Jobu looks down and sort of says, "Yes, little one, it will be wonderful for you. You will get to meet all the wonderful Sheikah that live there." And she sort of looks up and says, "Oh, what's a Sheikah?" He thinks for a moment.
Just asking, because in the book it's technically a sub-race of human. It's not like asking, what are black people?
Yeah, pretty much. So he responds with the same...
That's a lot more offensive.
He responds with the same sort of, like, laughter that a child that asked what is a black person would ask. Like, child, you've got a lot yet to learn of this world. He's sort of like, you see him sort of nailing down a tarp to one of these carts, and then him and Ify get into the other one.
Cool.
Visra goes and enjoys the shade.
Are we all ready now?
Yes. Anyone else need anything?
That looks good.
How would you like to divide yourselves between these carts? I would probably recommend that the Goron comes with us, and then the four of you go in the other one.
Yes, just for
Yeah,
basic
probably
weight
a wipe.
distribution.
Yeah, since we've both got a little small person, but then
I resemble that, Mark.
I will have to drive my cart. If I don't, it won't go anywhere.
I have to drive the cart.
do you have proficiency in land vehicles?
Can you parallel park it?
I do, Andy.
You do.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful.
which background do you have?
Pilgrim, I think. Yeah, Pilgrim.
Well, okay. With that, you sort of head out, and you leave the confines of the village. The area around here is quite hilly, and is known as Necluda. There is sort of like there's fields sort of built into the hills as you leave, and eventually things get sort of more and more wild. You know that the main sort of checkpoint between here and Kakariko Village is an old fort that 50 years ago was used as a defense by these semi-mythological characters known as the Champions.
As we're traveling, I take out my poorly wrought maps and mark down places that I pass as I go.
Yeah, sure. There are a few sort of distinct looking trees that you can mark on. There is an odd sort of shrine with like a blue flame.
Oh.
And eventually, the first day sort of begins to come to a close. The sun is sort of... it's almost early evening, like the sun's sort of beginning to set a bit. And you are on a map.
We're actually using Roll20.
Yes, we are using
What?
Roll20. Oh, it's laggy for me.
That's great.
It's a big map, I'm afraid.
Fun.
It ran a lot better when I was making it. Okay, you should have
Yeah,
lighting.
this is a really long loading screen.
Well,
This is massive!
Yes, it is.
Massive.
Okay, you should be in the bottom
Oh.
right.
and this is the dynamic lighting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, for those watching on the stream or on YouTube later, you can see the whole sort of map, including areas that are not lit. The players cannot see that. I believe you can see the whole area that's lit, or is it just
So,
the area around you?
I can see the whole lower bar,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then a slice following the path diagonally upwards into some grass, but not to either side of that path.
Basically, see up
Yeah,
here.
Exactly,
over here.
yeah.
Okay.
That's really cool.
I need
This is the
to,
first time I've played on a pro server that's been able to do that.
I need to close some programs, I think.
Ah,
Yeah, I do too. I'm starting to lag out extremely.
Okay, well, if this doesn't work very well for most people, I will make the map smaller for next time.
it's working okay for me.
Running really well here.
Yeah.
Seems to be working okay.
You guys just need better computers. Sorry.
Right,
Time to
so
upgrade.
you guys are in the carts, traveling along the road as per expected.
I've just noticed the carts.
I couldn't find a good graphic, so I made one.
I'm sorry, that's mean.
Let's just enhance this a little bit. Yeah, zoom.
Yeah.
right up in
Okay, for people watching at home, I'll enhance and zoom.
Please
a bit.
do, please. Like, we need to see this.
there. I think you did really well.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, like, by my standards, they're artistic.
I think I matched the perspective correctly.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
all
the
that mattered
perspective's
to
the key
me.
thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So the old man is the young-looking man, and the tiny girl is the young-looking woman.
Oh, I see the green and bluish tokens.
Yeah.
Will this work?
The
I
tokens
think I have
without
to be
name.
in that one. Yeah, there we go. Right.
How did you do
Okay. If you're in select move mode, just click and
Yeah.
hold, yeah.
Yes, those
that?
two.
Wow.
Right.
You are travelling.
Okay. I guess we keep travelling.
Oh, yeah, I was clicking that.
Oh. Sorry, I'm moving slow. This is more technical
Yeah, no, this is-
difficulties than I imagined there was going to be.
Now, this
okay,
is
it's like,
on my view, it's really great because I can see like
Cutscene
the
from the
like.
90s in video games. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Love it, yeah.
very appropriate.
This is the tile set that I was talking about. Shan.itch.io for that.
Hello?
You pass a sign.
Hello.
Oh, hello, we can hear you.
Hello.
Like everything's been frozen for the past just few minutes.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh dear.
Is yours running okay, Amy?
Yeah, mine's running okay, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
I wonder if it's the dynamic lighting.
Probably.
I've dealt with dynamic lighting before.
But
on
really?
big maps as well.
not on this
I
massive
guess
map.
not one this big, but
Okay, lesson
Cool,
learned.
though.
Maps will be smaller coming in the future. Luckily, I've only done 2 so far.
It's really cool though. I like the tile set. It's really appropriate.
So on this sign,
Hmm.
you see a sort of warning scribbled down. It says, "Warning: approaching the Wild Hollow. Be careful."
Oh.
The Jubo says, "Yes, this area can be known for antics sometimes, if I put it lightly."
what sort of antics?
Bandits?
Well, it seems to change the past few times I've been through here. It seems like something almost different happens each time. Sometimes absolutely nothing. Sometimes it just starts raining. But another time, yes, there were some unfortunate encounters with bandits.
I just love sometimes it just starts raining.
But the horses keep going.
Okay.
The
Well,
horses don't care about signs.
Can we put some people on watch?
Yeah, is it getting dark at this point?
Yeah, it's the sun is sort of beginning to set.
Okay, so I'll volunteer to watch and I will take out my bow just in case I need it.
Yeah.
I guess I can watch as well, yeah.
Gorn, can you keep watch from the back of yours?
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah, so the horses head further into this little hollow.
Are we
And
gonna run into wild Pokemon here?
Well, looks like. Are we taking the left result if it's just for one?
yeah, you just take the left.
Yeah.
Okay, so perception wise, give me one moment, please.
I don't see shit.
I don't know why I rolled 2, but that's probably just because I'm still slightly lagging.
You're on the performance, so you're probably playing music.
Yeah, I'm playing music while watching, and I'm doing both quite well.
Yeah, so what you can see is that the sort of sides of this are, it's almost like you're walking through a very small little valley. Rock sort of cliffs almost grow up from either side, and the areas under those cliffs are very sort of overgrown. Gorm notices that the wheels of the cart you're in start to seem to like jam up a bit, like something is wrapped and stuck around them. The other cart seems to keep going.
Can I signal for everyone to stop and kind of notify them that there seems to be an issue?
Yeah, they get a little bit further ahead before you're able to, but they do come to a stop.
Did we not
Ruvo,
notice it as well?
Yeah,
sorry.
do we not notice it as well?
It doesn't seem to affect your cart.
You're probably more focused on the surrounding area than the cart we have in the back.
But with the 17 and a 19,
Well,
surely.
it's kind of a feeling like you see them stop, but you don't see what is like
Ah, okay.
causing it.
Yes.
And you do hear Gorm sort of call out and say, "Stop! There's something."
There's something, and I'll kind of just climb out to inspect the wheel
Yeah, sure.
and fix it.
If you roll an investigation for me.
Is that different from
It's
perception?
covered in spiders!
It is indeed.
God. Oh, is it?
Oh, there it is.
No, it's different from. Ooh.
That's good.
Oh, nice.
He
Um,
is the best investigator.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you see this sort of like wrap of vines has sort of wrapped its way around the wheels, but it doesn't look like it's sort of naturally happened just by rolling over a vine and it getting tangled. This seems quite sort of. It looks almost like it's gripping rather than just being a tangle.
I signal for the druid and kind of get him over here and see if he's seen anything like this, because this doesn't seem natural to me.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Remind me how I move again.
You click and drag.
I
Yeah, you
don't know if you'll be able to because Andy's grouped these.
You can control your own tokens.
Yeah, if you have access to the sheet, you have access.
Oh yeah, I do,
to
but
controlling it.
for some reason Roll20's put my character. I have to click 2 squares to the left of them.
Oh, you have an offset issue. That
Yeah.
would be fixed if you just reset. If you reload
Oh
the
yeah, I
tab.
can't be bothered.
Yeah, just remember
Cool.
to click 2 to the right then.
So, what'd you call me over for?
You see these vines around the wheel here? Don't strike me as normal entanglement.
Okay. I guess that would be a nature check.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
The druid gets grabbed by the vines.
Instantly killed.
Um,
God, I hope not.
you actually do recognize this. There is a species of plant by the name of a decubaba. They are kind of like a more active, more excitable version of a Venus flytrap. They kind of tend to keep themselves hidden, but now that you're aware of them, if they were to pop out, you'd kind of anticipating that. That just as you go to explain that, well, you probably get a little bit of that out. You sort of explain what a Dekubaba
You
is.
get
and that sort of
attacked.
thing. Some of these do pop out of the ground, yes. And this will be the first initiative of the campaign, please.
Hey. Let's do this. I have a halfway decent initiative this time.
Oh, hold on. Let me bring up the timer.
That actually didn't.
Oh yeah, sorry, because you'll need to... Oh, but it's... Oh, look at that. It's just stuck us straight on there.
Yeah, it
Great.
goes, and it's just sometimes just open it first to delete ones from other maps, but there haven't been any other maps.
Okay.
I see.
Amy's didn't go in, so I'll add that.
Goron Man initiative bonus.
I don't know why it's recorded that old like placeholder name, but that's great.
Also, how are you rolling it like that?
A macro, I think.
Uh,
Rather than a button.
yeah.
Amy
I think
got
the macro is broken though.
a 6.
Yeah.
I need to...
Oh, for your initiative to go into the track, you need to click your token first, just for future reference.
Sorry, Roll20's being kind of slow still. Let me pop all of these out into where you can see them. Blur!
Oh no!
Oh, no, they
Blur!
have giant hands!
Token layer, blur.
Oh, mind, I was a bit zoomed out seeing that.
Token layer, blur.
You can highlight all of them and do it at once.
I mean, that would be too sensible now, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Look, if you want a high quality stream, you can go and watch Critical Role and go and have a nice time. If you want to see how to DM on Roll20, then you watch this stream. That's
I
all
think
of
there's
them.
better streams for that.
Wow.
This isn't a tutorial series. This is a watch these people have fun in stupid situations series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying nothing.
Okay, now I can right click, add turn. It'd be nice if Roll20 wasn't so slow.
Are you doing Horde initiative?
They all go together, yes.
Yeah. That
Um,
only makes sense at this point.
Okay. Jubo sort of spots these all pop out and says, I suppose this would be a good chance to demonstrate your skills. And
What's that with Jobu?
Jobu is the man in the top, like close to the horse.
Yeah, but
Good old Joe.
Jobu.
The horse says it.
Jobu.
Jobu.
Right.
And
Okay.
he commands the Overlord to initiate the training battle music.
Oh, look at that.
Hyrule Warriors. There we go.
Yes. So first in initiative, since Kigu discovered these, it gets to react first.
Oh,
What would
right,
you
sorry.
like to
I'm
Haley.
I know, sorry, I'm not used to being called it.
I don't know what gender. Well,
Yeah.
if Kigu has a gender, is basically my question.
Male.
Okay. What would? What
So
would
wait, the only girl is played by a man.
Yes.
Yep, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
What would you like to do, Haley? One thing with that really good nature roll is that if these are detached from the ground, they can move, but most of the time they are attached to the ground.
Okay, so it's not like they're gonna they can just charge us or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case... Sorry, trying to work out my character sheet again.
It has been a while.
Luckily, I do have a source of fire damage. It's not the best source of fire damage, though.
Yeah, so do I. It's fine. I think I've got a source of fire damage anyway.
My fire damage is 3
Really?
damage to someone I didn't hit.
Yeah, so I'm going to move up to... Which is the closest one of them to me?
The little ruler marker, you can measure out things. So this one's 25 feet. This one is, when my Roll20 updates, 30 feet.
Okay, so I can get...
Hello?
I'm sorry. So I can get to either of the two in front of me then.
I assume so.
Okay. In which case I will move Kigu here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use my I'm going to use Thorn Whip on it, which is a cantrip.
Okay.
This really is Pokemon! Kigu, use Divine Whip!
Yeah, you hit. If you click on the name Thorn Whip in the chat box, then it will roll damage.
Oh, right, okay, in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Underneath your roll.
There we go.
And it gets pulled closer to you!
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't get pulled.
It's now on top of you.
I was going to say, my strength was ridiculously low anyway, so it's not like it was...
Yeah.
You get pulled closer to it then.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Basically pinched it.
Would you like to do anything else, or is that the end of your turn?
I think that's the end of my turn. I don't think I can really do much on... I can transform with a bonus action, can't I?
Depends on your druid circle.
Yeah, but as a moon,
So-
you can.
Okay, well for now I won't, I'll end my turn there, but I might transform next turn.
Okay. Ruvo, your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, I am going to very heroically
Mhm.
jump up into the air and take flight.
Okay.
I'm
OP
going
race.
to move 1, 2.
May I suggest if you're flying,
Four.
an icon you can put on your token is a wing. If you press a number while hovering over that, you can say how many meters up you are, or how many feet up,
Oh,
like
that's
squares up you are.
really useful. Where's the wing? Just scrolling to find. I can't see the wing in here. Is it
It's
the in
the
the
fourth
little...
row down.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Next to the bleeding face.
Oh, I see it. Yes. Okay. So what if I just like hold?
If you
If
hover
I
over
press
it and press
5.
a number.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, I didn't know.
But it only does it in 1 to 9, so it'll
Yeah.
have to be in 5 in squares.
If you get to like 10 squares up, you can do like a coloured dot with like a 1.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you for that. I didn't know. What I was going to say, Andy, is if you'll allow this, I'm going to fly to above him, and seeing as I've still got 30 feet of move left, I'm going to go about 10 foot up.
My
and
lord!
How do you have 30 feet of move left?
I have fly speed 60 foot per round.
Oh, okay. Gross.
To be fair, there is a reason they do that, and it's so flying characters don't need a horse to keep up with
Yeah.
the rest of the party when traveling.
And because I'm only at a low level as a Rito racial, I can only do it for level turns in a row before I have to then stop for level turns in a row as well to recover.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just do it once. So I'm going to fly above him a bit, and then I'm going to go crashing down and do a double attack. And I'm going to try, if you'll allow it, to use my mobile flourish, which, as you can see, allows me to push the target to push them down. Will you allow that?
You can sort of push it down, yeah, but since it's like a plant, it's not really like
It's not
it's
really
flexible.
doing anything, is it?
So,
Okay. I will just smash into it then from above and
Okay.
go.
are you attacking the same one Kigu just did?
No, I'm attacking the one I'm just on top of.
Oh, you're on top
over
of one. Okay.
Also, might be an
Yeah.
idea that if you drag your token, you can hold down like Alt, so you don't like snap to the grid, just so you can see what's underneath you.
Yeah, I'm gonna move at the end of this as well, though. So, right. So first things first. First rapier attack.
Yep.
Does that hit?
Yes.
In which case it does 10 damage plus 1 use of Bardic Inspiration, which is another 4.
Yeah. So you stab it the once, and
And
You-
flourish.
you go straight through the head, and it seems to sort of collapse.
Oh, okay. Then one oh hang on. How far's that? That's too far, but I could get over to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, select the token. I'll relog after this to try and sort out my offset error.
Also,
Over
if you're on the ruler, you can't click and drag.
If I move over to here, I'm going to use my second attack on the other one.
I'm assuming you're no longer flying.
No, that'll be it. So I'll take that off, which I do by doing what?
You just
Click
click
again?
it. You just click it, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see.
Okay, that second one hits and deals a fairly good hit. Not strong enough to kill it, but certainly a fair bit.
Lovely. That is my turn then.
Okay, next is Visra.
Okay, so seeing all this going on, Visra is going to take out a rapier. Sadly, can't sneak attack because no allies are adjacent to any of the things near me. So I'll hop off the cart and stab it.
Okay. 20 is a hit. You're all very good at
really
hitting.
well.
It's a shame your damage is abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I will cunning action to disengage and then hop back onto the cart.
Okay. Yeah, you just see Visra hop out, give the plant a quick stab, and jump back in. Easy peasy. Gorm is up next.
Right, Gorm kind of eyes this one over here. That's 25 feet, so he kind of just curls up and rolls straight at it.
Okay. It needs to make a dexterity save. Well, this is going to go well for it.
It is a
Yeah.
It's
It
actually
is
surprisingly
8
dexterous, but
Wow.
It takes 8 damage.
Is that just a movement, or does it count as an attack?
I think it adjusts your movement. It's
What's
it's
the
an attack
wording?
to do, but it
As an action, you can roll over an enemy.
yeah.
I guess
So
I roll over it.
I guess you run up to it and start rolling as your action to just get to the other side of it.
Yeah, you kind of roll through it at least 10 feet away, up to twice your movement.
Wow.
oh
Up to twice your movement?
Which
Yes.
means you could theoretically move 3 movements in a turn, couldn't you? 1 move and then twice
if you
your
had a
move. as a
bonus,
big
if
roll.
you had a,
Because this uses his action to move twice.
yeah.
Yeah, so I would still have a
I'd probably
movement action and a
I'd
bonus.
probably rule that it works like a dash, to where you can move up to twice your movement in that turn.
I think that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So it's like a Goron when dashing can attack.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
hmm.
Damn.
It's like how the Minotaur, if they dash, they can attack as a bonus action.
Right, yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's just my attack action done.
Yeah,
basically.
you roll over it, and it seems to sort of curl back up, like it's not quite had enough of a squishing.
Alright.
Must
I guess I
squish
just
harder.
ready my maul for the next run.
Okay. Toto, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go over to this guy over here.
Okay.
I hit him with my trident two-handed.
Okay. You hit. So yeah, if you click on Trident 2H, yeah, then it does damage.
Wow! We
We're
are
doing
rolling
really
the
good
worst
for hits,
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
you're not doing great on the damage front today. as a group, as a unit. Next up, it is their turn. All of the Deku Babas in range of someone try to bite them. The one between Kigu and Ruvo is going for Ruvo.
Yep.
So first up is against Toto. If you keep an eye on your armor class, does a 22 hit you?
Ouch. Me, yes.
Yeah. I can't remember which one I said first.
I thought you said Ruvo. Oh, Toto.
Yeah,
Toto.
Okay, well, 22 hits Toto, I assume, and the second one is an 8 against Ruvo.
No, nice. I'll take
Okay, so Amy, you take 10 damage total, 5 piercing, and 5 acid.
that. Ow.
How about the one next to Goro?
Gorm.
Oh, that's true. I didn't spot him.
Oh, yeah.
The one just got rolled over.
10.
That's a miss.
Unfortunate. So that's those 3 that have attacked. The other 2, both sort of nearby to Visra. The one that you attacked earlier is going to spit acid at you.
Fun.
Does a 7
Misses.
hit. The other one is also going to try, but you're just out of range, so it has disadvantage.
That's also a miss.
Well, 2 blobs of acid just like fly past you. Kigu, it's your turn again.
I think I'm gonna use my wild shape and turn into a magma spume. I
Ooh.
don't have the monster sheet for this, so I might have to.
Yeah, I haven't started the monster spume, and I don't have a token for it. So if you give yourself a little icon, and I'll load up my monster manual, and I can tell you what to roll manually. Yeah, so all of you see Kigu turn into like odd orange, almost like frog creature ball with weird blue lips. It looks very weird.
And a mask on, don't forget that.
Oh yeah, and a mask. Oh, true.
Are the lips kissing the mask?
They're sort of poking out from under it.
Okay, so you've, as a magma spume, you get 1 attack, which is a ranged weapon attack with a -1 to hit.
Fun.
But it deals fire damage, and actually is quite a lot of damage if you do hit. So
Okay, so that would be like roll d20 -1.
yeah, with disadvantage because you're in melee range.
Fair enough.
So if you roll 2 of those. The second one you can just roll by like tapping upwards, and it will redo.
It's slash roll.
Yeah.
Or
And then a
slash R.
space. Yeah, or slash R. Or we can also use the dice roller on the side.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that.
One day I will get this right.
One day. For me, you're just out of tune.
Ow.
You want someone to do it for you. Oh, there we go. And another one. You can press up, though.
Yeah, and another one, please.
Oh.
Okay. So a 12 is. Wait, no, it's not a 12. It's disadvantage. Yeah, sorry. It's too sort of close for you to get a good spit. Unfortunately, you do miss.
In which case, I'm gonna move.
It will get an opportunity attack against you.
Unless you stay in melee with it, but
Yeah. Bloody hell, the magma
Just
stream
a
does
bit.
so much damage on a hit. Okay,
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
you've disappeared on...
yeah,
I was like, where did you go?
you're just gone.
Yeah, I can't see where you've gone.
I think you may have accidentally deleted your token.
Neither can I.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
drag on a
deleted
new
it.
one.
I'll drag a new one on because I need to add sight to it.
Kigu has fled from battle.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were deleted because they're out of the turn order.
Yeah.
Okay,
Could've been the wind.
your initiative was 19, so
19.
if when I say it's Kugo's go, Kugo, that's not a character.
Kigu.
When I say it's Ruvo's go, then Kigu gets to go first.
Okay.
Why don't you just add them back into the initiative?
Because
Yeah,
my roll
well-
20 is very slow, so Ruvo, take your turn now while I'm
Yep.
doing this.
How did that happen, Andy?
What I'm going
Dunno.
to do is from where I am. I've got 4 of those, so why? No. I'm going to stab this one in front of me with my rapier as my attack.
Okay.
Does
Uh,
that hit?
Can you tell me what it is? Because I'm not.
13.
Yes, that does hit.
Then that's 11 damage.
Why is my camera moving now? Randomly.
Do you need to restart your roll 20?
I don't think it's that.
It's lagging.
Well, for me, the map has gone completely black.
Yeah,
now, so
because
I
I
don't know
I haven't added sight yet to you. I'm trying to do that.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah. Don't delete your token, Haley.
I don't know what I did.
Also, Andy, if you give a token settings, you can set that to be the default token for a sheet, so that all tokens will come in with sight.
Okay, I will do that next time.
Yeah. They thought I could help you up between sessions and just set stuff up for you.
Yes, please. Okay, so you deal 11 damage to it, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to you do another sort of fancy stab, and the plant withers away.
And then I'm going to shout to Toto. I'm going to shout, "You can do it!"
Oh, that's...
And bestow bardic inspiration.
I love it when Bardic Inspiration is just, you can do it, or you do good.
Let's keep it nice and simple to start with. So, Amy, you can use 1d6 on any of those 3 things anytime, I think, within the next minute or so.
hmm
Okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Cool. Viscera is up next.
Okay. So, just let me think for a second. I know what I'm doing. I just want to see how I'm going to go about doing it. Because I know I'm attacking one thing.
What would you like to do?
I guess I will... I actually have to read up something. Please say I wrote it down.
What is it?
I don't know where it's sneak attack. What attacks does it apply on? I know it's a finesse or ranged weapon. Does it apply to spells?
No, I
I-
don't think it does.
Curses. Okay.
Be cool if it applied to spells.
Yeah. So I guess I'll take out my short bow and take a shot at the one currently harassing my friend.
Okay. $11 is a hit. Oh,
8 damage.
8 damage. 8 damage is enough. As this gets an arrow through its head and sort of weird planty juices splat out. And it falls to the floor in front of your feet, Toto.
And Toto will then hear Mrs. voice in their head going, "You're a good distraction."
Ugh. Like, psychically.
Yes.
Ugh, gross. Gorm, you're up.
Alright, so I kind of just have my maul in my hands now, ready to kind of do a side slam across its face.
Okay.
Yeah.
With a 9, you just barely hit.
Yay, the negative dexterity.
This one, you see a similar splat sort of cover your maul as it just piles straight through it.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
2 remain. Would you like to move?
Let's see if I can move anywhere. Got 25 feet to go on here, don't I?
Yes.
I think I'll wait.
Well, you might as well move.
No, I might as well just roll onto this one the next turn. Is it downhill by any chance?
I'll roll a d3. A 2, it's flat. A 1, it's downhill. The 3, it's the other way. Up.
It's uphill.
Yeah,
It's uphill. Alright, so it's
but-
just a standard turn.
yeah. It's not uphill very steep. It's just slightly upwards.
I'd get an extra damage die if it was downhill.
That's
Crazy.
quite cool, actually.
Of course. Some of the weird stuff that these character races get.
Yeah. I love them. I was reading through the book and it's just brilliant.
Resistance. Advantage on saving throws against necrotic damage.
Toto. The Dekubaba in front of you has just been slain. What would you like to do?
You did just hear a voice in your head.
To this one over here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna jab it with my trident again.
Okay.
Well, this one.
Go for it. Unfortunately, that's the first.
Inspiration.
Oh, yes.
No, you don't have to use inspiration. You can use your bardic die, roll a d6, and add that to the
Yeah,
7 and
that's
see if
That
it
is
hits.
the inspiration.
That is inspiration.
Oh yeah, because there's actually also inspiration, which just
Yep.
gives you advantage.
Yeah, so you can
Which
roll
is-
if you'd like
It's
to.
not convoluted at all.
If you'd
No,
like
no,
to,
no.
you can roll a d6 and add it to that 7.
As long as you don't roll a 1, you're
Do I
fine.
roll a d6 on this?
Slash
Type.
R space D6.
Yeah. So I'll write it in quotes. D6. So if you type that without the quotes, it will roll a d6 for you. Roll 20 tips with
Hey.
Io Dinosaur. Oh, that's you hit now.
You feel like you're about to miss, and then just remember, do good.
9. You hit it with like an almighty blow, and the 3 sort of prongs of the trident seem to like. One sort of hits the upper lip, one hits the bottom lip, and one hits the tongue. But it's not quite enough to bring it down. It's very close though.
Okay.
An unhappy-looking plant.
Their turn. The one that just got attacked is going to try to bite Toto. Will a 13 hit you?
My armor class is 13.
So yes, unfortunately.
Okay.
And it deals. Oh,
Oh,
9
jeez.
9 damage.
You've taken a proper battering.
It's crazy.
The other one that's alive is going to try and spit at Visra again.
Nope.
No.
Nice.
Another glob flows past your head.
I like the thought that you're just ducking under the cart wall every time it spits, and it's just going straight over where your head was.
I like to imagine I just use Mage Hand to just deflect it onto the ground.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Kigu, it's your turn. Just so you know,
They've got like a move of like 10.
they actually do have a movement of 10.
What's that?
Plus, although it says it's a ranged weapon attack, it says it's got reach 5 feet, not a range.
What on earth is that to the right of the card?
What?
I can describe it for you if you make a perception check.
Oh!
Okay, yeah, since Haley's the closest, she's able to see that this is like a lizard-like looking creature with a... Don't laugh at this, Sam, this isn't my design. A big metal claw for an arm. But it seems to be... It seems to be some sort of, like a gauntlet, basically, like it's wearing.
I thought you weren't going to have any GMPCs in this one.
Oh, hello everyone, it's me, Andy!
It's me, Rolkoff!
It seems to be sort of attempting to sneak up on the cart.
You know what? I'm gonna start waddling towards it.
Waddling towards it.
You can dash.
Hello, Red.
Oh yeah, you can dash.
so-
20 foot.
Haley, I'll let you, since I gave you disadvantage on the melee attack earlier, I will basically give your spit lava ability 30 feet of range.
Thank you.
If you become this again, I'll normalise this stat block a bit first.
No, that's fair. Okay, so
A ranged attack of 5 feet is really weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
right, so I'm
Mind
gonna
you,
do
things like
10
Thorn
foot.
Whip is like 15-foot melee.
Mm.
Excellent, I can reach him, in which case I'm going to try spit lava at it.
Okay. I suppose I should probably add it to the initiative list now.
I was just looking at the map and I was like, wait, what's that other token?
Well spotted, because I'd zoomed in just enough, but that was off the side.
Oh, I saw it too.
I do sneaky shit like that sometimes. Okay, a 16. It seems to like spot you and like blocks the spit lava with its claw.
Aww.
That's a high armor class or the parry ability.
Okay, so that was your turn.
Is it me?
It is indeed you.
Who would you guys rather I focus on, McLizard Face or the remaining Deku?
We've got these two Dekus covered, I think.
You've got them? Okay.
Kigu, there was one extra thing you saw about this, and it seems that this the claw that it's like the glove that it's wielding seems to be sort of emanating some sort of dark sort of particles that seem to be
Well, then.
rising off of it.
Guys, get me some pearls, quick.
Weird, okay. I just realised I can't talk because I'm a...
Yeah, you can't.
I could talk to you, but hey.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm. What are you going to do?
I look at the lizard thing.
Yep.
And I scream at it, "You are mine," and cast Crown of Madness on it.
That's a bit of a waste if it's the only enemy.
Yeah, but it charms it, so it means I can just keep it and ask it questions and things.
Well,
if
no,
we wrap
that
up
means
the
you have
battle quickly,
advantage on social checks.
which I'm rolling at a +8 on.
I mean, true, but...
It's pretty good odds. So, can it please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Let's see.
And do crap. I'll need to tell you what it's saving against, won't I?
Got a 13.
14 DC. It is charmed by me for the duration.
It says on your subsequent turns you must use your action to maintain control,
Yes.
and it can try at the end of each of its turns. But
I'm going to.
I'll-
Can I? Oh no, the charm must use its action before moving to make an attack against a creature. There's nothing meant to choose. Target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none within its reach.
So it's acting normally.
Can I persuade it now to try and sit down?
you can
Or will I need to
try.
use that? Okay.
What language would you like to command it in?
I am going to try and command it in. Let's pick. I don't know.
What languages do you speak?
Rito Hylian and Ancient Hylian.
Okay,
I'm going to try for Hylian.
okie dokie then.
You yell in English at this lizard man.
Luckily you have advantage because it is charmed.
Yeah,
And
because that 9 is not good.
what are you saying?
There's
Go
no need
sit
to
in
do
the corner.
anything rash. Just have a seat there and we'll have a chat later and sort all this out.
Yeah, you see it sort of place its hand on the ground and it kind of sits down. It seems to be just
Now, if you
waiting
guys
there happily.
Could wrap this up nice and quick.
I mean, we're trying, but we've had such terrible damage.
Yeah, I know, it's been terrible, but we'll,
Ruvo, you
Yep.
can move, and Visor, it's your turn.
I am gonna fly into here while I'm at it and just land in the cart.
Okay.
Because it actually has a higher damage output than most violent stuff, I'm going to toll the dead, the ones
yeah.
to the north of me.
Ooh. Okay. It has to
Is
make a
that-
save. That is
Wow.
dreadful.
And it's the one on the right because it's damaged. And why is this a strength save?
It's not a
This is
strength
not
save,
set
is it?
up properly. It's wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Deku Bubbers have a wisdom modifier of -5. So it needs to roll a 20. No.
It takes 1 damage.
Wow, what is that? Isn't that like 2d12?
It's a D12 every 5 levels. Since level 4,
right.
1d12.
Yikes.
That's
The left one is for undamaged targets, the right one's for damaged targets.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. The creature that you've just commanded to sit down, since you've not given it a target to try and attack, and it can't try to attack, also it believes you when it thinks that sitting is a good idea, so it's just going to try and break free.
Okay.
What is... It was a 14
14 it's got to beat.
on a wisdom save?
Yes. Yeah.
Sitting is still a good idea.
It kind of like puts its thumb up. It's like, yeah, I'm here.
I give him a little wave.
He-
It says madness gleams in his eyes, but he's just sitting
Yes.
there calmly.
hey,
Well, yeah, but with a crown of jagged iron on its head and a mad glow in its eyes.
yeah, like the smile it's
And
giving
he's
you.
He's smiling and waving at you.
The smile is like one of someone that wants to eat you.
Yeah.
Gorm, it's your turn.
Alright, time to start rolling, I guess.
Yeah.
It was slightly uphill, so I won't get any bonuses. So basically,
Autobots, roll out.
can move up to twice my speed, which would be 50, so I'm going to just roll behind this one.
Okay.
If I can fucking just navigate this sheet right here. DC 13.
13 dex save. Let's see what we get. 10.
Crushed.
This one
Okay.
is crushed. And doesn't seem like it's going to be coming back.
Nicely done.
Got him.
Toto.
Cool. I'm gonna use reckless attack. And hit him.
Nice.
Okay, so you have advantage. If you recall the real life game we played, I would like to have the
Yeah,
pterodactyl,
roll
please.
dice.
Okay, so you take the 21. which is very much a hit.
Hit him good.
Yeah, that is enough as well.
Wow.
The second hit of the trident is more than enough to stop this plant from moving. You have dealt with all the plants, but there is this sitting dino fella.
Let's go check on Mr. Sitting Dino fella.
Right.
Yeah, you're all out of initiative, and he's just sat there for
Okay.
a short while before he gets another save.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to persuade him again. I'm going to gesture at whoever's closest. Vizra. I'm going to gesture at Vizra and mime like a rope around hands, and I'm going to tell him. Now we're just gonna put a little bit of something on you. Just you got to stay there, and it'll be all okay, and everything will be nice and lovely.
You hear Vizra's voice in your head. You want rope, right?
Can I respond to that? I nod at you.
Nod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
persuading
he's
him
not
just
very
stay.
persuaded.
Just stay there. We're just gonna pop a little bit of something on your wrists, and it'll all be okay. And we'll have a nice, good chat and see what everyone wants. Okay?
It kind of just remains sat there.
Okay.
So you've got 6 seconds to tie it up. Could you make a sleight of hand check in order to tie it up in time?
Sure.
Hopefully, you're very good at this.
I mean, my dex is good. Not what you expect of a rogue, but it's
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Do you want inspiration before you do it?
I mean, probably.
Well, it's a bonus action to grant inspiration, so I can do it, but we'll need a nap afterwards. Okay, I'll give you some bardic
Yeah,
inspiration.
we're currently traveling, so yeah. Oh boy!
That's
dear.
not great.
I don't think the inspiration is even going to help.
The thing is,
No.
it might fail its save again, and in which case it's not going to...
No, so hold that inspiration for now, because it's not going to work now. It's the 10, isn't it?
Yep,
so
it's the
it
10.
still fails.
So you get another attempt.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah, so
I want my inspiration back.
Well, you can't have it, sadly.
on the second try, you tie it up. Its hands are sort of behind its back, and could you also roll a nature check for me as well, please, Vizra? Or anyone actually, anyone. can do it.
14.
Well, we'll go with that, shall we?
Well, actually, I have inspiration.
Yeah, go for it.
Never mind. God knows.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Gorm does certainly know that this is something called a Dinolphos, and they can potentially breathe fire, so maybe tying its mouth closed is a good idea as well, but then you're not going to be able to ask it
Do you want to
questions.
just spin him round, so point him away from the cart?
Yeah.
And maybe away from vegetation as well.
And then what I'm gonna do, Gorm, can you just kind of point him back down the path and just stay behind him with a gentle hand resting on his shoulder?
A gentle hammer
just
resting on the shoulder. Okay.
Hand resting on his shoulder, just to keep him, behaved.
Okay.
That all okay?
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm gonna come over here then. And I'm going to drop Crown of Madness. No, well, how long have I got left on it, do you think? About 30 seconds?
Well,
Something
we
like that.
took about 4 turns. So we
Okay,
have,
so about 18 seconds.
Mm.
I'm gonna try and persuade as well. Just so what do you want then? What you doing here? Sneaking up on the cart and all that kind of. What you after?
Tasty morsel.
Nothing more complicated than just something to chow down on.
For me and friends.
Okay. Well, that's boring.
Deeper in the hollow.
Madness. I dropped the spell.
Blah!
You give us fair warning they're about to drop it.
Sure, yeah, I'll just wave.
He now has a rapier at his back.
So all you want is some food?
Nah. It kind of bottles up after the spell drops.
I'm gonna take out one of my packs of rations and hold it out and go, if I give you this, will you run along and not make us kill you? Bearing in mind the situation you're in.
More, and I can help you.
How can you help us?
It kind of like looks at its metal covered arm and says, gifts from below.
Metal arms?
You could get a gift.
Or we could just kill it and save us the rations.
But it does sound tempting. What would make the better story? That's what you've got to ask yourself. That we just killed a guy in a forest, or, well, not even a forest, in a flat field, or we went on an exciting adventure. Yeah, the slight incline doesn't sell it, believe me, I've tried
How
to sell.
do we know he's not going to lead us into a trap?
But how much of a better story is being led into a deep underground trap? Anyway, we're not going anywhere.
Mr. says there might be a bad thing for him to hear is being said telepathically.
The two
How are you
Hylians
going
in the
to tell
cart.
the story
If
you're dead.
Well, it's worked out all right so far.
So far, yeah.
Jobu does seem to like look over, and he has a look at this creature's arm and says, "There, that is something new."
Is
Something new?
Yes, this emanation from it seems something from beyond.
What is that? Are you wearing armor, Mr. Lizard Person, or is that replaced your arm?
He sort of looks at it and looks at both sides of his hand and says, "Armor, but you can't have it."
No, that's okay. I'm really interested in your gifts from below, but I think we're probably going to have to pass on them for now. But I can give you 2 ration packs if you go away.
Okay.
I'll take out both of them. And remember, do not try to betray us. The very, very big gentleman behind you has an enormous hammer, and he will take zero hesitation in turning you into a thin red streak with it.
Yeah, you can kind of see, like, it's difficult to gauge emotion on lizard-like faces, but this time you can see a little bit of fear.
I'll hand over the 2 ration packs. Vizra, can you cut the ropes?
Why cut it? Rope is useful again later.
Oh, good. Well, untie the lizard thing then.
Of course.
I kind of read in my hammer as they untie them.
I'm so nervous. I untied from a slight distance using Mage Hand, just in case.
I
Yeah.
read the magma thing in case.
So you see him sort of like scramble off. He follows the path somewhat, but then veers off to the left, which on the map is the right. Since
I make a note of that location.
I will take out my crudely drawn maps and mark it down.
Oh, you've got maps.
Yes, part of my background is crudely wrought maps.
Lovely. Well, definitely make a note of this thing, because you never know when you might need to come back and get some gifts of the deep.
Or to exterminate those seeking them, but that's neither here nor there.
Dropping wild shape because it seems to be all over and done with now.
Yep, sure. If you would like to, you can sort of recover like a few sort of parts of these plants. You think that maybe someone could use them at some point.
Can we cut the grass for rupees?
I take out my sword and spin in circles.
You can try, but you think it might have just been in the ancient stories of the hero where money was found in the ground, and you always think that was just a plot device in order to explain how the hero could afford these really expensive things that he'd keep buying.
Pockets full of cash.
Well, on we ride.
Do you want to grab some of these plants?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can harvest anything from them.
Yeah,
What
sure.
will I need to roll anything or?
Yeah, roll a nature check or a survival check.
Do we all roll survival to see if we can salvage something?
If you'd all like to try.
Don't.
Nah.
Wow.
Oh,
Amy, you did brilliantly.
yeah, Amy. Toto has actually retrieved parts of these before.
Oh.
They, like the tongues of these things, most of the tongues from the ones that in this fight seem to have been kind of like pierced or punctured.
Eviscerated.
Yeah, but there is like two tongues that seem in relatively good condition. These can be used to make sort of like a potion brew type thing that helps you sort of withstand the cold.
Okay. Cool.
So you've got 2 Dekubaba tongues as a group.
Dikubaba.
Sweet.
Dekubaba.
Are you happy keeping track of those, Amy? Rather than us having a shared inventory at the moment?
Know where to put it on my sheet though.
In your inventory, you can add new you can add new items.
Like bottom
Or
middle.
if you go to bio, there is a treasures section, and it might be easier to just put them in there for now. Because that's just like a free text typing box.
Yeah, that's probably easier.
Just, yeah.
The old man, Jobu, seems to say something along the lines of, well, we've cleared out this area now. Do you think it would be worth to camp here for the night and continue on in the morning?
We could do, yes. That wouldn't be a bad
keep
idea.
forgetting that camping for a night is something you'd want to do.
I mean, we could also continue on through the night, for a little way at least.
No, if you all need to rest, do it.
I should have an ability that lets me. Yeah, forest sanctuary. I always know where to find a safe spot out in a forest. Does this count?
It's probably not thick enough to be considered like a forest per se. It's more of a like small leafy trail almost.
I ask Jobu if there's anything, if there's like a forest up ahead or sort of close by.
He sort of seems to suggest like there's a small sort of well, what's the opposite of an outcropping where it sort of goes in a bit, almost like a cave with no roof? There's a small one of those a bit further up ahead. We could make a camp there.
That would probably be a much better idea. It's much more defendable. A little grove.
Yes, I suppose.
Inlet, I think, is the word.
Yeah, so Efi seems kind of a little bit sort of shocked by the combat situation. She was watching like you interrogate the Dynolphos, and something seems to have got to her.
Does it help that I'm cleaning my hammer right next to her?
Probably not.
No, she's kind of like just staring at it. I mean, most of it is like plant matter. Like it's not gore per se.
It's plant gore.
It's sap.
Plant gore.
Toto tries to go over to her to help calm her down.
Yeah.
Having like trained young soldiers before and like them having to go through their first fights, he kind of knows a common way to a bit.
Okay. How would you like? Do you want to tell her like a story about a person in a similar situation, or would you like to just sort of calm her with words otherwise?
It's a story his mum told him.
Okay.
like a story about someone who has to defend themselves, and it
Okay.
somehow brings her like.
Right. In that case, could you roll performance with advantage? Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
So it does seem to calm her down like a fair bit. She seems like it almost seems like she's maybe overreacting. Like this was essentially a victimless fight. Like plants
We've beaten
died.
the crap out of some broccoli.
Yeah. But she seems surprisingly shocked. She kind of whispers to you, Toto. She says, "There's something about that creature. Something. I don't know. I can't explain."
I should have done detect magic on it.
If I had pearls.
Can I just, how quietly is she speaking? Can we all hear her, or is it just Toto?
It's probably everyone in that cart, so Gorm can as well.
Gorm is just quiet.
Stoic, like a rock.
Do we want to head off to the inlet then, and we'll stay there?
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Set up watches through the night in case more of this alpha shows up.
Hmm.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
definitely.
Do I have any music that's like wilderness nighttime music?
Wilderness. There is no wilder.
Oh,
My lord, that's ominous.
We are
great
definitely
night.
keeping watch now. Actually, I don't think any of us are sleeping.
yeah.
Especially
So
not the little girl.
No. Daddy, should there be such ominous music?
you travel onwards, and
Keep quiet, Bard.
Yeah, it's just
so thematic.
you
It's
travel onwards, and eventually you come to this little inlet, and Jobu says, "This is a good place. I've camped here before. Fingers crossed, nothing like that happens again, eh? Tonight?
Has anything happened here before?
No, I mean like the Dinolphos from earlier.
Well, yes. But in this grove particularly, you said you'd camped here before.
Yes, and nothing happened.
Good. Good. Let's keep it that way, shall we?
Yes, well, we can tell gripping stories and
Oh, I've got some very gripping stories.
oh yes,
Or we could sleep.
if it's all
There
fine
was a
by you,
young
I'll
lady
just
from
keep
Quirm.
an eye out.
How big's the gap for this inlet? Like
so
across.
so it's probably about 20 feet wide, maybe a little, and as you go further in, it gets smaller, and it's probably about 25 foot to 30 feet long, so you can kind of cover the main entrance quite easily. Keep an eye on everything.
Okay.
The horses come inside with you, but the carts are left outside.
Okay, we can position the carts, gives a bit of protection at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whoever's
and then
taking
we should
watch
get-
can sit in one of the carts.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. I don't mind. Well, do you want to take first watch? Because you're not going to be able to take last watch.
Yeah.
I don't mind taking second.
I'm
Well,
gonna
who
take-
can see in the dark?
I got dark vision.
I can just create light.
Makes it sort of obvious, though.
Yeah.
Those things know you're there.
It's this big bright spot in the darkness. Like
I
moth
can
to a
wander
flame.
out a bit.
You know, I don't
Yeah,
actually
but
know
this
if I
is
have
not
dark vision.
You'll
I
say
have
if you do.
120 feet dark vision.
Oh wow, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, I don't think Koroks get dark vision.
No.
60
Yeah, so
feet.
could each of the watchers please roll me a perception check?
I see everything.
Nice.
Yeah, you really do. You're used to looking out at nighttime.
On account of being nocturnal.
Okay, was there a fourth watch, or is it just the three? Okay.
Very average watch.
Yeah. So each of you takes your turns, and you can kind of see, like, you see the stars sort of gently move across the sky. It's a very sort of clear night. Small little bat-like creatures called geese. You can sort of see them fly by, but they don't sort of come down to attack. And the night goes by with no issue. You each can gain the benefits of a long rest, so full hit points, full whatever. Like your fresh new baby character.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So basically, I changed nothing.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. We all good to head off then?
Yeah. You can sort of see that Efi's had a pretty bad night. Like, she's sort of been stayed up and not been able to get enough sleep, and you can kind of see that the effects of that are sort of visible on her face. Like, she can't hide that she's had a bad night.
This is really affecting her a lot more than I would expect it to.
You should try to sleep in the shade with me.
Yeah. Would you mind, and I'll say this quietly to you as an aside, would you mind maybe just trying to have a word and see what's up?
Well, I can ask, though I can't make sure they respond.
This just seems to be a bit more of an adverse reaction to some plant smushing than I'd have expected. Unless she's lived a very sheltered life.
Perhaps.
After a little bit goes by, and you're able to get the carts ready and set up again. The horses are rested and ready to go.
Cool.
So
do we want to
should
swap
the
the order
girl
then?
stay here with me then, in the shade, so she can try to get some rest?
Yeah, with Kigu, I think. And Toto, do you want to go with Gorm and the old man?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I promise we're pleasant company.
Or at least an adventure of company.
So you begin to travel off, heading west towards Kakariko. What sort of conversations would you like to have on the way? Are you going to confront Efi about it?
Well, Visual tried to approach the topic slightly, not just go outright and say, "So, what was up with you yesterday?"
Yeah.
Just maybe start with, "You looked like you didn't have much sleep last night."
Yeah. I had bad dreams.
It is rather understandable, I suppose.
Yeah.
Was it what you saw yesterday?
Yeah, that creature. Something was off.
Which one?
The man, the lizard man.
Was it possibly that thing he had on his arm?
Yeah, the way it just evil flowed out of it.
It's a good thing we didn't have to deal with them much.
Yeah, I hope we don't see them again.
I hope that too. But just believe me, as long as you're traveling with us, you won't have to fear anything like that, so try to get some rest.
Viceroy, could you roll a I'm actually not sure what kind of check this would be.
Just a roll charisma for comforting.
I have persuasion.
Could you roll a raw charisma for me, please?
22.
22. Nice. Yeah, the way that she's describing this thing, something inside seems to something inside you seems to awaken. You suddenly sort of piece together that the dark floating particles from this arm seems to like remind you of home in a strange sort of way. Like you're not able to put together any specific memories, but there's like a sort of powerful feeling of home from it.
I will make a note of that.
Mm.
And make a note to, we're gonna have to go check that out at some point.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any other conversations you'd like to specifically have on the way? Or shall we jump straight there?
Not any specifics.
I'm just going to keep driving.
Okay. Let's see how the rest of the journey is, shall we? You reckon it's about 63% fine. Some of the roads are a bit bumpy and a bit uncomfortable.
What if we rolled a 1?
Well, it would be awful, wouldn't it?
We'll all die because we
1%
went off a
fine.
cliff.
What does that even mean?
It's an awfully specific number as well.
Yeah, you Hyrule really sort of back before the Calamity. There was a very high value placed on specifics, and that sort of piece of culture has just rolled down through the ages, even though now it's entirely unnecessary. Yeah, so the roads are kind of bumpy at points. A strange sort of character seems to try to call you down, like call you over as you pass through the old fort, marking the border between the two regions. But all of you have kind of travelled enough to know that stopping for random strangers in the middle of the road can be a bit risky sometimes. So
Sometimes.
We run them over instead, okay.
if you'd like to run them over, you can.
You and trampling things.
But yeah, about another sort of 10 hours travel, and you begin sort of traveling down this another sort of similar valley to the one where this fight was, but the plants are a lot more stripped back. It's more civilized, and eventually you come to a wooden arch that symbolizes the entrance to Kakariko village.
Oh.
Nice.
Let's see if this second map works. This one is ever so slightly smaller.
Yay!
Just slightly, though.
I will
Not in a
say
meaningful way.
during that journey, Viscera just given Rubo a mental message that, when we get back here, we have to check out those lizards.
I need to place everyone back on the
When you're
map.
sending your mental messages, is it the message spell?
No, it is Awakened Mind.
Oh, so you can just speak into other people's minds.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what your character had in
Yeah, the wall. Oh, yeah, it is actually that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got the level of warlock that gives you that. Yeah, sorry. So I have played a warlock before. I should remember this.
that exact
Yeah,
warlock type as
because-
well.
Yeah, because for this setting, the book said that the Twilight Gods are represented by the Old One patron.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure which cart you're all in, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Place everyone on the stupid
Also,
map.
the turn order is still on the side.
Oh. Boop. Who am I missing? Toto. Okay, now I've just got to add turns to everyone. Very, not
Sight.
at sight, yes.
Okay, when this is over, if you just give me GM permission, I'll sort out all the tokens for you.
That would be very, very handy.
I can also set it up so that they have health bars that are on the token that go down.
Ooh. Okay, who can
you
see?
make that health bar?
I
I
can.
can't.
I can.
Not for me. Oh, I can.
It's Blackish Night.
Well, because of
I
the
thought I had
stuff
dark
that's
vision.
wall.
Okay.
Because of the stuff that's a wall, this map, when fully zoomed out, just looks like sharded and shattered because of the long, thin lines of
Yeah,
sight I've
yeah,
got.
it does.
That's
Oh.
quite
I
a cool
can
effect,
kind
actually.
of see into
Could you-
what I'm gonna.
Could you take a screenshot? I want to see.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Because
Because you can't,
I
you
can't-
don't know what it looks like, do you?
no, got no
Well,
idea.
you could relog as a player, but there's no point in doing that.
No, none at all.
Yeah, I'll send you roughly what I see. Here we go.
Put it in Hyrule.
Just trying to remember how to take a screenshot now.
Oh,
Print screen.
oh, that does look cool.
You can kind of see into that establishment over there.
Yeah, you
Kind
can. Okay, I'm going to move you around like the carts again, so pay attention to what you see as you go.
Okay. Oh. Interesting.
I can't really like.
Can we stop and fill up at the pond? I've got like water things and such.
Yeah,
Water
sure.
skins.
Water skins, yeah.
Yeah,
And it
so-
just seems like an interesting place.
Yeah, this is. For those watching on the stream, this is as close to as I could get the Kakariko from Breath of the Wild in RPG Maker.
It actually looks quite
Oh,
good.
right, so
I
this
can
would
see
be like the
exactly what you
waterfall
mean.
at the entrance.
Yep, this
Yeah.
is the waterfall.
And this one down here is the get out of my gardens person.
Okay, that's to my gardens.
I thought I saw like the spirit stone over here somewhere.
Yeah, I think I did, yeah. Mr. Quokka over here.
This should be the clothes shop.
Yes, yeah, it is, yeah.
And there should be a shrine up
And
here.
here I
somewhere.
am, having never even played the game.
If it helps, I don't know where we are either.
The two horses sort of begin to pull over here, and they sort of tie them up to like a fence, and yeah, you can see people walking around. They're all dressed in traditional sort of Sheikah clothes with a big conical sort of farmer's hat, Chinese farmer's hat.
One of those.
Yep.
Well, I'll make sure my body's now completely covered before I get out.
And you can kind of see that there's a building across this water sort of moat, and that's slightly raised, and looking in you can see like silhouettes of people moving around.
So do you mean like here?
Yeah.
So is this where your meeting is held, old man?
Yes, it must be. It's been a long time since I've been here. I don't think this building was here last time.
How long ago was that?
I would guess about 25 years ago.
It's quite a while.
Yes. Well, I suppose we should keep moving.
Yes, it seems the meeting is already going. If Ify, if you come with me, I suppose you all are welcome to join us as well. There was nothing that said I couldn't bring extras.
I've already started heading over to the bridge, and I'm just sort of hopping, just like, come on.
Yes, okay, little one.
All I'm going to
Yes.
say is how the light changes as you move up and down just looks great.
Yeah.
Gorm just
Yeah.
sort of lies
Mind you,
down
the shadows
in a
seem
cart.
to be off the actual bricks, which is makes it look a bit weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so they sort of head up the bridge, and Jobu sort of knocks on the door and swings open and says, "Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. This is my niece, and these were my bodyguards for the journey." In here you see a room filled with people. There is a very old, probably about 70-year-old looking woman sat at the center of the room on a small sort of plinth, and around them are pairs of the different races. There's a very old looking Goron sat on the corner. There's two Ritos, two Zoras, two Gerudo, and a Goron in a dopey builder's hat.
I feel underrepresented.
So do I.
Do I recognise the Rito?
Give me a roll. A D20 roll. Oh, I think I actually have Kakariko music.
Oh yeah. That's more like it.
Old Kakariko, though. Yes, you recognise both of these Rito, actually. They're not like the people who are more in charge of the Rito towns, but they are kind of like in that circle of like people.
Respected people, but not in charge.
Yeah. And yeah, for Toto, it's a similar sort of situation with the Zora, and sorry, why have I forgotten Gorm's name? Yeah, it's the same situation for the two Gorons. The very
Goron
old
has not
Goron.
entered.
Oh, okay. Well, then you don't see them.
He's still chilling in the cart. He's just relaxing. He didn't see a point of entering a meeting. That's just dreadfully so boring to him.
Okay. Everyone sort of looks over at the ragtag group of people walking in, and the old woman sat there she looks up and says, "Oh, you've arrived. Thank the goddess, you've made it here safe." And Jobu seems to nod and says, "Yes, well, we wouldn't have if it weren't for this group of fine people. Where is Gorm gone?"
I believe he remained in the cart.
If anyone checks, he's kind of just lying there, just sleeping.
Evie, if you could just go and get him. And she sort of runs out and starts sort of poking your foot.
What?
Mister.
What do you want?
They're asking. I'm sorry. They're asking you. They're asking for you in there.
Right. Just a moment. You kind of just.
I love those rectangles in that picture.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Itself, like, it's just a chance to relax, attend these meetings.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Not much. Stumbles on in. Right. You wanted me.
Yes, this is the fifth member. This is Gorm, and the others were Toto, the Zora, Kigu, the Korok, Visra. He just sort of mumbles and doesn't finish, and Ruvo the Rito. And the old woman looks at each of you and says, "Ah, I see. You really must have helped save these people."
Nothing that a good pair of shears wouldn't have helped.
She sort of like...
and a nice sturdy bit of rope.
She sort of like looks over, and there's a table with like rice cakes sort of for people to just pick up and take as they want. And she says, "Well, I've gathered you all here because it is as I'm sure you're all aware, it has been 50 years since the Cataclysm. The Cataclysm. It's not called that, is it?
The Cataclysm.
It's been 50
Calamity.
years since the Calamity. And, well, essentially, I thought it would be a good idea if we could all meet for something like a summit and all discuss a plan for the future and how we plan to go from here." One of the Gerudo women, she sort of looks up and says, "I think that's a brilliant idea. We in the Gerudo will we're quite safe from the dangers of the main parts of the land being in the desert. But if you require our warriors, then we can send some of them to aid. And Impa looks up and says, yes, thank you. This conversation sort of goes on for a while. They seem to be discussing essentially politics in a world where there's no central government. It's a bit of a cluster.
Feudal politics.
Throughout the whole thing, Gorm lets out several audible yawns.
There's another Goron in the corner, a very old-looking one, and he is doing the exact same thing.
Sorry, you lagged out for me there.
There's this old Goron in the corner. He's doing the exact same thing as you.
Do I, by any chance, recognize him?
Could you give me a D20 roll, please? Not at all. You think that all old Gorons look exactly the same. They look like an onion that's been left out for too long. And they start
do.
going that colour as well.
They really do. It's horrible.
I try to disregard him as best as I possibly can, and it seems like Gorm is just willfully doing his best to ignore the man.
Yeah, so you can all start sort of tucking into like the available food and that sort of thing. It's quite nice. It's traditionally made and filling.
I kind of look across the table, just questioning, just wondering what the hell this shit is. Before I look to people talking about the politics, got any rocks?
Yeah, they kind of like look over, and Impa says,
Warm ones.
I can't promise they're warm, but there are a few, and the Goron wearing the dopey hat is like kind of excited, pointing at them. Like there's just a small like a bowl that like filled with stones that seems to have sort of been hidden almost by him. He seems a bit sad that they've been pointed out and he now has to share.
And meanwhile, I've just perfectly taken a rice cake and eat about the size of my head, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it under my mouth.
That's a good point. Do Koroks have mouths?
I presume
They
they
just have
do.
hands when they photosynthesize.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's a
Standing in
question
the
for
sunlight,
another time.
Soaking it in.
Well, Vizra, while standing on the opposite side of the room, is just mage handing over some rice cakes.
Yeah, they resume this conversation, and it's fairly boring. But Jobu seems to be getting involved. If he seems to sort of be like getting over the fact that she had an awful night, but just the boredom is starting to kick in, and she starts like falling asleep as well.
I'm gonna just sort of feed
Gorm
her
is
fragments of rice cake. Just
And it begins to sort of like wrap up. The conversation is definitely droll, but you start feeling something. You can kind of feel like this, almost like pressure build around you. You can roll something, whatever you like, within reason, in order to understand this feeling.
Does investigation make sense?
Yeah. Or perception makes sense. I'll even allow like Arcana.
There we go, 21.
21 is very good.
Investigation is my highest non-charisma stat.
Yeah, so ooh, Rubo.
Sorry.
Brilliant. Okay, so Rubo, this is not a natural feeling at all. This is certainly something magical. Vizra can kind of see that the shadows in the room start to grow long until eventually they cover the whole room. And
As soon as I notice this, I'll just ask in the minds of all my companions, are you seeing this as well?
You can reply.
I'm going to subtly nod.
Yeah, all of you can see this after being made aware. And looking through like the door and the windows, the sky has gone black.
Oh boy.
We may have problems.
And you all feel this sudden jolt in the floor. Like, the floor just seems to move out underneath you. And that is where we'll end for today.
Oh,
Cliffhangers!
So, how was that?
that was good.
It was fun.
How has the land of Hyrule treated you?
We didn't die.
That's
Yeah.
true.
To start.
No, we did. We just went back in time a bit.
We loaded up the save file, right?
Yeah.
We didn't die, but we've also found out that magma fumes are not very good when it's a spread out battlefield like that.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
thing,
it's
they're
kinda
not
fun.
going to hit often, but when they do hit, they do quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't have gone for it if I knew about the 10-foot movement speed, honestly.
Haven't you got another lava one that's basically...
Like lava
Better.
slug or something.
Yeah, it's hang on a sec.
Lava snail.
Magtail.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining.
We're running.
In terms of the next episode, this is a conversation we have not yet had, so enjoy this scheduling talk.
Woo! Preparation.
I was thinking maybe we do every other week rather than every week. And normally, I would prefer the Thursday.
Yeah. It's just we had to do Wednesday today because of me.
Yeah.
I have a
Oh,
life,
okay.
sadly.
Yeah.
That life
So what-
involves exams.
Yeah, that's fun. So the next one we're looking at would be Thursday the 28th, yeah?
The next one, yes, Thursday the 28th will be the next episode. Same time, same channel. I hope you will tune in.
Except in 15 days.
Yeah.
That works for me.
If you liked what you see, we do something similar with a West Marches style every Monday, which you can join in. We've got the Discord that Pet Computer just linked. I would, if you want. Okay, I'm not very good at reminding people when streams are on there, but we can talk shit if you want. What else is there? I think that's it.
Your GM's Guild.
Yep, there's the DM's Guild stuff. I am Andy Dodds over on the there, so you can search for me. If I type feats, will it come in? Yep, there's domain feats, which is free. I don't really know what else to say. Thank you again to Tom Stevens for the wonderful art. I recommend you commission him.
Definitely.
Once again, the tile set was shan.itch.io. If you want to make something using it, then you can. You just have to give him credit, apparently. So that's what I'm doing.
I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah,
A lot of effort does go into this stuff.
I did check the rules of that, and apparently all you have to do is give permission.
Yeah.
Give,
quite
Give
generous.
permission. I give myself permission.
yeah, pretty much. Shall we go and find someone to host? Thank you again for joining, everyone.
Thank
This
you for
was
joining
very
the series premiere.
Yeah, indeed. Would you like to know things you did that I didn't expect?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not killing that guy.
Well, there was two things, and both of them I expected you would end up chasing him, and you didn't.
I mean, we're gonna go back to follow him later.
Yeah, seemed a bit.
Because Visra has unresolved issues.
Yeah.
Well, that just seemed it would be a bit weird bringing two civilians into that.
Also that. Oh, let's go make a pact with the powers below. Let's bring these two civilians with us.
This small girl
I
will
mean,
also
that-
want a pact.
Right, we are
Do
going.
you want to become a warlock?
They are disposable, those civilians, aren't they?
We
No,
are
obviously
going.
they were quite important.
We're going to raid Scraticus. If you could head over to them, they should be a link in the chat. I think this. I never know how long this lasts. So when you're there, say I sent you. I guess.
Sure.
Scraticus is a great channel who does new games for new players and all around good guy. Lives nearby as well.
Oh, cool.
Bye everyone.
Ta-da!
Bye.
Bye.
So, yeah. Right.
I mean, it hasn't actually sent yet. Oh, there we go.
Well,